Becoming a software engineer in the age of AI is actually very exciting because these LLM machines can actually help you to become competent and understand things as fast as possible. And like when there was no these LLM and you couldn't figure out things as much as possible. So this course is actually helpful for you to be competent as fast as possible, to understand the fundamentals and to get that gist of coding with AI. So this course is self-paced. You will get to learn this according to your speed, pause it, and then come back. You will become an AI native from day one. I'm going to tell you a lot of things that you will do with AI and also give you a guide. And then you will ship real projects. The goal is to be an engineer. An engineer does the practicals as much as possible. AI accelerates an engineer who understands the fundamentals. If you don't understand the fundamentals, then you're going to really have a hard time with what you're going to work on. And if you've never written any single line of code, this is actually for you because I'm going to guide you from the beginning and you will understand what the basics that I'm going to talk about. And then we're going to start with a roadmap. I'm going to show you how the entire of module 1 to module 10. And I'm going to teach you with a lot of patience, of course, which is actually a very good virtue. How to get the best of this course is always pause and replay. I always like to give you a guide of something that you can do. And the best thing for you to do is actually go here, go with your pace. And then also you can go to your AI. If you already have an AI right now, just go and play around with it as much as possible. Practice as much as you can because practice makes perfect, and practice as much as you can is when I talk about like now telling you a certain concept. You can Google it, you can understand it through your AI and stuff. And then also you, if you know how to do a little bit of coding, then that is the right way for you. And then always ask why does something work, why does this do specific things, and don't just do the things because it is required of you to do it. Asking why is the best thing to do in the engineering field, and then be consistent with what you are going to do. Always do the coding, do research, and with time you will be better. And then let's see, who am I? Who is telling you this? Cause why should you listen to me? I'm Nicanor Korir. I've been a software engineer for the last 8 years, building software products. And then also I code with AI every day. I have different clients, so we do different things for them, and we do AI automation, and also we do code with AI on different projects that are needed. Who is the new software engineer? Why should you become the new software engineer and like the old one? So before the LLM and the AI agents, you were valued as per what you will provide, as per the code or the language that you could provide. You could write as a block of code as per the specific language, and you had to understand that. So right now with the AI advancements, the AI is doing a lot for you. So your value is shifting from just writing code to actually understanding systems and to providing value on what needs to be done with the AI. Here's like an example of what you can do with the AI and how you can catch an issue that AI gives you. Let's say you give an AI something and like sort my customers by sign up date. So it is going to sort by 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 30. But the issue with this is that AI can sort it as per the number. So like 1, 11, 21, that way, which is actually very confusing if you sort it by just like text, normal text, instead of sorting it as per the date. So those are some of the issues that AI might not understand if you don't tell it how you want it to be done correctly. So the goal is to understand what needs to be done, how does date function in coding and software engineering, and how you need it to be executed. So you don't even need to understand like, okay, I need to write this code, but just understand what is date in the engineering field, how do you need it to be sorted, and that will be the easy way of guiding AI. In this module 0, I'm going to just give you a short history of where we've come from, the engineering, and what an AI coding tool actually does. There are two traps that beginners always fall into, and I'm going to show you where you should be. Should you be the over-trusting, or should you be the one refusing this AI? And then what does your job entail right now? And the final thing you're going to do is I'm going to show you the project that you're going to do. So a brief history of software engineering, how far we've come from, and this is just a quick summary. This one actually here I can do a good work on or to show you this. So we've come from the 1950s, whereby we had the punch cards, and whereby the programmers of those days used to do the coding with punch holes, and then we advanced it to the 70s and 80s, where we had things like C++, and the Java, and then the internet came up, and we also had the open source in the 2000s, and then right now we are in a new advancement whereby we have the AI assistants helping us out. And now let's get AI to execute this as it is generating. Showing you how you can use AI to understand the history, or how you need to understand how to work with AI on this. So this is just the normal chat or whatever the chat interface with AI that you have, then use that. So you can see it's going to give me the 1940s, where it's the machine era or the machine code. And then we have the high-level languages, the COBOL and Fortran. Then we had the C++ coming along. And then we had the object-oriented in the 80s, and the web in the 90s and 2000s, the cloud in the 2010s, and now we have the AI assisted the 2020s. Yeah, so this is how it is. It's a short history on how you can just use AI to understand the basics and the history of AI. Then what is an AI coding tool looking like right now? What is different? What has changed? So before, you just had your hey code editor and or your compiler, and then you could write the code one line at a time, and also doing the testing and understanding what is going on. So right now we have this AI coding tool, and it's like an autocomplete on steroids. It just gives you a bunch of codes that actually work, which is actually very good. So it's like a phone when you're writing a message, or you're writing a number, and it guesses your next correct phone number, because it has already understood your messages, your patterns, how you do this coding and stuff. So that is exactly how AI looks like, and it is just helping you to autocomplete, but it has already understood the context. It knows what engineering it does. It knows the patterns to follow, and it just gets your context and executes as per the engineering principles. So this AI it's very brilliant, and it gives you the correct code, and also it highlights the errors that it gives you, that it encounters, and then it's available anytime you want. The blind side or the bad side about this is that, are the answers really correct? And that is where you really need to bring your engineering skills into the projects. Like the code that you're finding, the output of the project, is it really useful? Is it working as per the engineering principles? Is it like helpful to the user? And there are different patterns that you need to understand. And then also, when there is new versions, something like that, AI doesn't catch up as fast as possible, and you really need to keep up with the trends. So those are different things. And then a real issue that has been happening is something like hallucination. Hallucination is when AI gives you something that is wrong. It should have been correct, but it is actually wrong, and it is like confusing things that should output. So it kinds of try to make its own understanding. So like an example is when you want to remove some empty fields in a table or Excel document, and it's you have these data frames whereby you want to drop, and instead of using the correct syntax, it's just going to give you syntax like drop empty rows, which is actually very wrong. The correct one should be like something like drop an air, which is like a null, and this is actually the correct code. So it's like an AI just hallucinates and give you something wrong, and I'm very sure this one has been fixed, but this is just like an example of how it confuses by just using the word. It's just making up its own words to be like a correct code. So the key takeaway is that there are crashes in AI, in using AI, and you really need to understand how to catch these problems. Sometimes they are silent, and you need to understand where to focus on so as to understand them. And the best thing to do is actually to treat every AI answer as a draft. It might give you 1,000 lines. Those are drafts. So you go through your QA practices, your testing processes to just ensure that it's working as expected. No errors being encountered. You capture all the edge cases and stuff. The habit of this is to read each and every line. Read not everything, can be 1,000 lines. Reading 1,000 lines will be impossible. So read it, read the context, understand what is going on, and test whatever you have. Like really test as much as possible. I'll show you how you're going to do that, and then you can trust it and you can pass it to the customers. The two traps that everybody, not only just beginners, but everybody fell into, and this has been happening from the beginning, is that we have two people. There are those who actually overtrust AI, and they just accept everything that AI gives them, and you pass it along. Sometimes you just need to remove some things that AI is giving you, and if you can't explain, then it's not yours. I'm not even sure if you can say it's for AI, and if you say it is for AI, which AI is it? Which LLM is it? And yeah, so overtrusting as an issue because you want to understand the what is happening in your code, or what is happening in what you just copied or pasted, whatever it was. The other way is the person who actually refuses to use AI. Refusing to use AI is like going back to Stone Age at the moment, because everything is being integrated into this. There is no button to go back right now. It is becoming part of us, and you have to find a way of working with it. If you refuse, then you're going to waste your time a lot, and it is something that AI could have done it for you for 30 seconds. There is no need of memorizing each and everything. Just understand the big picture, the context, and the principles needed as much as possible. And where should you fall? Should you go to trap one or trap two? Of course, don't go to any. Be in between. Like, be somebody who doesn't overtrust, and be somebody who doesn't refuse. So be somewhere. So what is the new software engineering? What are we looking at? What is a real day in life looking at? And there we can go through this as a step by step, like as an example. I'm showing you what you are going to do. So this is how you're going to do a reset. You have just a normal login page, and you have to put a reset password here, or forgot password. I have the step by steps here, and this is it's just the 5 steps where you can do this, and then AI can do the rest of the things. So step one, you decide what is needed, and this is where does the link go. What happens when you click the link, email link? How do you get the email link? How do you configure that? And all these steps. So the goal is actually to add a forgot password on this login page here. And then, so this is what you're going to give AI. So you paste this prompt here. Then you put it to your AI. I'm going to put mine directly here on this AI. And then, yeah, so you can remove some things that might not be relevant. Okay, let's copy that again. Not sure if I copied correctly. put it here. Yep, there we go. It's just going to show you here. So this is what I've just pasted, and it's just going to take a few minutes to generate everything, and it has the entire context. I've given access to these files, to the login, to the entire login system. And as you can see, it's starting to edit different things. It's adding the styling, it's adding the HTML required. It's a very simple, a very basic login form. And there we go, it's going to draft. Yeah, so it is actually finished. If we go to this side here on the login, it's just going to update that once it's done. The next step is to read and spot what is missing. So let's go to what the AI actually gave us. And this is what has changed. So you can see this summary. I always like to go through this summary so as to understand what has happened. And as you can see, this is the entire thing. Here's the updated file. So this is what we have. And this is the styling, all this. So let's see that, get to this page here, then reload. So we have this forgot password here. And if you click on it, you get to put your email here. And for me, you can just put my email directly, then I can send that. But now you need to go to the next step. And if we go to the next step, so step 3, we are good with that. And this is step 4. AI fixes what you want. So because it's not hand to hand right now, if you click on this, it will give you this like email link has been sent to you. But we haven't yet finished the entire steps because we need to configure how to send the password or the link to your email directly. So that is a different step. So for this, you can just click on forgot, it works, submit empty email. Does it work? Did you get the validation? So we'll do that. Submit not an email, is it being rejected? And this, so let's do that. So you can just do this other testing. If you do this, it will give you a valid. This is actually a very good one for validation. And if you put something that is not an email, like this, then just click this, it will not also go through. But if you put something like this, then it should go through because it looks like an email. So see, yeah. So it's only that it's not valid, but the criteria is actually valid. Yeah. So that is how you do this. Perfect. Now that you understand how it is to execute this AI with the software engineering principles, and by the end of this module or the entire course, you will be able to read any code that you encounter, of course, with the help of AI, and then you will be able to direct AI very well. You will be able to catch bugs or errors on your projects, and then you'll be able to structure real projects as per the output needed. You will be able to run as many AI agents in your projects, and you will be like a manager for these AI agents, and then you will be able to ship the projects live. This will be built by the project that you will be working on. Call it a capstone project, and we will be doing a lot as much as we can, like just what I've showed you in previously. And the next step that I'm going to give you right now is how these computers and software actually work together. So I'm going to show you this, and this is actually like a basic thing you should understand. So it's going to be a short video. So I'll see you then. Thank you. Keep building. Trust nothing you can't explain.